Leo, I have absolutely no idea what's going on in your life. I have no insights. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, really. Let's talk relationships. Because this whole full moon is like redunculous relationship. It's just a lot. And for you, you know, um, the home of the heart, it's what you are. You're the home of the heart. There is a lot of stuff that is churning inside of you and conflict that could have been going on for a while. There's just so much energy in this Taurus moon. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's explain. So Uranus is conjuncting the moon in Taurus. That's gonna make it's like amping up the social, amping up the choices, amping up the need. It's almost like an orgy. I'm just gonna like lay it out there. It's almost like an orgy. Um, but for you, it's really in opposition because you're ruled by the sun. And of course, this is all happening directly opposite, right? In Scorpio. The sun is in Scorpio. So it's kind of like, it's almost like you are in a darker place. I'm going to say this. While all the and like the hardcore music and the lights and shit and all the crazy love making is going on outside, it's like you're in a dark room by yourself, and not in a bad way. And I said this in a horoscope that I made earlier this month. It really is all about you kind of being blessed right now with how everything is sort of like opposing your ruling planetary body. I don't think it's making you question yourself as much as it's allowing you to recognize aspects of yourself that were hidden. And as the delightful persona that you are, this is an opportunity for you to love even more about yourself and learn how to believe even more about yourself, and actually for there to be a deeper, like it's almost like for somebody to love you more deeply for who you are, and those parts of you that maybe you didn't even discover, or maybe the innocence about you that didn't even know that it existed. But this isn't frivolous shit. Like everybody else is the bumping lights right now. You're not. Now, normally you'd be out there partying like crazy, but that's not, it's just not where your brain is. And it's because it's not where the energy in the cosmos is for you. Ultimately, I mean, Mars just got out of Scorpio. I'm sorry, not Mars. Mercury just got out of Scorpio. Mars is still in Aries. Mercury is still in retrograde, but it just got out of Scorpio like a week or so ago. And it's still pretty darn close to the sun that I think that you are sort of learning and open to understanding, and in some ways illuminating the other side of things. You're just in a deeper place now than a lot of society is. And it's a better place for you. You're caring. The level of caring in you has become so profound that it's almost become psychic in nature. An insight that maybe you normally do not have is suddenly growing inside of you. Like, oh, I don't even need to ask them how they feel. I know how they feel. And because of it, there's an understanding that wasn't there before, and a way to communicate that didn't exist before. And that depth can really, oh my God, forge these beautiful aspects in your relationship. Not aspects as in astrological aspects, but start forming these beautiful new aspects of your relationship or of a potential relationship, because people are seeing this different side of you, a side of you that's just far more caring. you have been dealing with some shit. Especially you spent like most of October with Chiron as your opposition. And wasn't that just crazy crap? You know, worry not, now Venus is getting all his attention. But ultimately, I you're in the mood to say I'm sorry. And I know that sounds lame. That's probably where most of you click off this video. Like, shit, that's all she's gonna tell us? Please. You're in the mood to say I'm sorry. Or you're in the mood to hear somebody say they're sorry. And you're likely to hear somebody say that they're sorry. There's some sort of revelation that's going to incite an emotional discussion or an emotional revelation about how you really feel about things, how you really feel about somebody, how you really feel about the situation that you're in. And the revelation is going to help you a great deal because now you're going to know what to do to get things back on track, to help things. I think there was a lot of frustration where you didn't know what was the problem. You didn't know what was going on. And because of that, you were constantly trying and working too hard and inadvertently sabotaging yourself because it's almost like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But you knew something was broke. It's almost like exploratory surgery. It does more harm than good. You were just like, I'll pull this out. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's this. And all of a sudden, it's like trying to fix your own car. You think you can do it. You think you could turn on the YouTube video and just do it. And all of a sudden, it's like, how do I put this engine back together? And it's like, it's like, that's how it was. It was a sense of working so hard to try to fix things that you were actually sabotaging things because you needed more information to go in. And the truth is now there's this illumination. There's this emotional revelation that helps you realize, holy shit, that's where the issue was coming from this whole time. And this beautiful moment where you just get to feel relief because now you know what to do. Now you know what the problem is. It's actually easy for you to find a solution, and there's just this energy of jumping on it, and finding that you are being acknowledged for being a person that somebody didn't expect you to be, which is kind, tender, supportive. Ultimately, why didn't you know this was me? Maybe the problem isn't me. Oh, maybe the problem was you all along. And I'm not saying I don't love you, I don't like you anymore, but ultimately just sitting back and being like, I'm here doing all of this stuff to readjust myself and I'm not pointing fingers, but it wasn't me that needed to make the readjustments. I just wanted to fix things so badly. I was willing to do anything, including rip myself apart for it. And honestly, there's a level of people recognizing that now. People appreciating how much you put into things. How much sacrifice. I know I haven't even showed you a card yet. It's because I'm looking at them and I'm sharing the messages with you. There's a complete change of emotional priorities. There's like a complete turnaround in how you feel about something or how you feel inside. It's almost like this, I feel freedom for you, like letting something go. And that's what we do around the full moon is we release. And for you, it's like releasing the need to fix, releasing the need to change, releasing the need to be the one that dun da da da, hail the conquering hero. You don't need it. What you need is peace. And that's what you're prioritizing. This is very giving energy. This energy can be like, oh, you've given money away. You're like fucking Oprah. Seriously. And it's funny, not funny, but think about it. You're opposing Uranus as well, because Uranus is conjunct with the moon, right? So it's opposite you in Taurus still. So there's a sense of, you get a car and you get a car and no, but it's almost like finally people recognizing just how much you're giving, after seeing the extent you were willing to go to help fix something. But what's the juxtaposition here, the twist is you may not care as much. You know, your concern may be waning. Not that you don't care, but you don't recognize it as something that you need to validate who you are anymore. There's a freedom from it. There's a distance because, I mean, you just have so much, you have so many bits and pieces to pick off the floor at this point, to put your life back together and realize that I don't need to go any further, and you don't need to go any further. Like, you get to just sort of like be at peace right now. This is forgiveness. There's forgiveness coming in, either from you to them or them to you. There's this full moon. It's literal. This full moon is bringing a personal issue reaches resolution. It's blatant. It's reaching forgiveness. Either you're going to be forgiven, the person is going to forgive you, or you're forgiving them. Either way, it's the two of you have let go of a history that you had together, some sort of past that was hurting and impacting you both. Very emotional, a lot of emotions back and forth, toggling back and forth of, I don't know how I feel, I don't know if I want you, I don't know if you want, all of those things. Any kind of confusion, it's cleared up. Adjustments are required. Yeah, we know that. We've known that for how long? But ultimately, now we know the adjustments to make. This definitely has something to do with your family or your romantic life. And then we get these cards, which are kind of confusing, but not really. Because wedding doesn't just mean wedding, but it kind of does. This is definitely a deeper relationship, a deeper commitment. So this is you're going deeper in. You don't want the loud music right now. I mean, you turn up your music as loud as you want. Follow the metaphor. You don't want the crowds. You don't want the glam. It's like all that shit that was driving you crazy. You're happy to be sort of at home with one person that you need because you want to fix the issue. You want to fix the problem. You've been tearing yourself apart to do it. And now it's like, I don't let the party go on without me. I know that I need to be here. And that's the beauty of when when your energy is focused, is you will solve the problem. You will get it done. Once Leo knows where to aim its light, that part of the world is going to change. So it's like once you've aimed your light at yourself, your world is going to change. It's like all of a sudden, boom, the light is dawned. You know what to do now. This is nature. Getting back to nature. You know, the cleansing, the help. This could be you almost like taking you and your loved one away from it all. Like, come along with me. This could also be going on a honeymoon. Right? Like going to the national parks for your honeymoon, or just getting out in nature and just, in other words, the two of you together are just self-isolating because you need to be in a place where the two of you can just focus on each other. Even if this isn't a spouse, you're allowing yourself to give up the crowds. You don't need them. You don't care. What you want is this time with this person. It's actually what you need. And the generosity is overwhelming. Here, Leo, let's get into your main reading, Leo. Leo, help me understand Leo. I know something more's got to come out for you. I feel like the way the cards that are behaving, it's like it's being decided as we speak. Ooh, love is all around. This is Gemini energy. I don't know if you're dealing with a Gemini. I'm calling out Gemini energy, not to call out the sign, but to just call out the energy, which is communication. So communication is finally coming in, a loving communication, a supportive communication, just sort of being wrapped up in and surrounded by people really appreciating you and wanting to help you out. Support. feeling like proud of yourself and who you are, and being able to like finally make a decision and see clearly, this is like, what do you want to do with your life? Really, what do you want to do? Like really looking and asking yourself that deep question, do I really want to support this person? Do I really want to be with this person? And if I do, well, then what do I have to do moving on? Like, in other words, I know that adjustments are required. I know now that I have to make room in my life for them. I know my life can't stay the same, and then be in my life. My life was supposed to change because they came in it. And the fact that I tried to keep it the same and just sort of like suck them into my world, and like that's not how it's supposed to be. Like the two of us were supposed to become one, which is something new. It wasn't just supposed to be absorbed into me. That's almost something that you're realizing. Like, I was supposed to do this differently. I was supposed to allow you to change me. And now I'm open to this conversation. Because now I have the strength of character to be malleable and flexible. Love is in the air. There's definitely some sort of communication that is going to be music to your ears. Or music to their ears. You can flip the Aquarius energy. So the truth, right? Aquarius is also ruled by Uranus. This is that sense of the light finally dawns on you. You finally have that epiphany moment, that realization of the truth. And even if it was hard for you to swallow, there was nothing harder to swallow than not understanding or not really completely comprehending what happened. Now remember, the sun is a star as well, right? So the star card is almost like you're here too. There's a sense of a real truth and a real realization of what makes you completely happy. It's what you've needed. It's good news that you've been waiting for, but it's like you didn't even know you were waiting for it, or you had stopped waiting for it a while ago, but still emotionally needed it. It's going to be an emotional weekend for you. Absolutely. But in a very beautiful way. Healing. That's Kundalini energy. So it's that kind of, this could be sexual healing. Just saying, this could be, but the thing is this, it ain't just about the fucking. It's about the connection with another soul. And so if there is lovemaking going on, let's get it on. If there's lovemaking going on, it's really lovemaking. It's connecting with another person's energy. That's what it is. And it's healing. It's healing. You. Confidence, looking forward. This is also a statement of you have a future with this person. You can now see your future with this person. You can now feel very strongly about it and certain of it. And you can feel how it's actually made you a stronger version of yourself, to have gone through this vulnerable period and to have become more flexible. Dancers are one of the most flexible, people on the planet because of how hard they work. But what's so special about a dancer's flexibility is that it's also strong. It's not just they're malleable, right? Like a contortionist. The most amazing thing about a contortionist is not that they are so bendy, but that they can bend themselves, which means there's strength on the other side of that flexibility. And that's what you've learned. You've learned the strength and the confidence and the pride of being flexible. It's the yin. It's the yin energy that you kind of sort of embraced. There is always enough, but this is Piscean energy, which means that emotions are running really, really high right now. And there's sort of a resolution of, in other words, this is in reverse. So, and Neptune is in reverse too. It's not a fantasy. This is not illusion. Perhaps the most beautiful part about this situation is that it is viscerally real. Learn from the past. This is Taurus. This is breaking through. 100% determination, because this could be a past relationship. This could be a relationship that's been on and off. This is a sense of resolve to make this work. And also a confirmation from the cards that whatever happened to you in the past was setting you up to learn the lesson you needed to learn, to become the person you need to be ready for this moment right now. The past is not going to repeat itself because it's changed you. And now you know better. Make your dreams real. This is Scorpionic energy. So it's a representation of, yes, this is happening soon. This is happening Scorpio season. This is also a sense of building your dreams and making them real. It's a very powerful energy. Sometimes this can be a manipulative energy, pulling the strings, the puppeteer, or somebody setting a trap for you. But no, it's like you see right through that. If somebody's trying to set a trap for you or trying to be manipulative, you're going to confront it head on. It's like the elephant doesn't fear the fucking spider. Because A, their skin is too thick for a spider to penetrate. And B, they just trample over the spider. It's like the elephant doesn't fear the spider. But what is this? What is this? It's Taurus and Scorpio. Butting heads. It's the sun and the moon. Butting heads. But ultimately, it's about, I think, mutual respect as well. Learning the strength. The yang learning the yin. To be honest with you, both Taurus and Scorpio are yin energies. They're both feminine energies. That's the truth. But I'm trying to come up with this metaphor so that you can really understand that the past has informed you finally what you need to do, how you need to create this. It's like you finally learned, oh, now I know how to fix the engine. Now I know I don't need to fix the engine. I need to put the engine the fuck back because it wasn't even an engine problem. It's like it's dawned on you. Let's go to tarot. Let's go to the spirit guide and angel messages. Stick around. You can go to tarot right now. That's the extended reading. Please do join me over there. You can either go right now or just hang around for a little bit more, because these spirit guide and angel messages are they're worth listening to. Leo, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so now. Help the channel grow. You can also subscribe over there on Vimeo and get the extendeds as soon as they're announced. You can subscribe to my website. All these subscriptions are free. You just sign up. There's a lot of content I release over there. I do personal readings too. That information is below. Or you can join me over on Instagram. I do daily readings every single day over there. And I think a lot of people don't know that. And that's born_without_boundaries. FYI. This is the spirit guide and angel messages. And they're popping out for you. It's a very spiritual time for you. A very realizing. Kind of putting others first. Being challenged to put others first. And meeting the challenge. Sacred knowledge. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Feel the peace within. Beyond your thoughts lies your eternal truth, the I am presence of eternal love. And you are the I am, if anybody is. I feel like this is, I guess, the whole reading has been, I've been trying to say this. It's like you finally figuring out how to love them correctly while loving yourself at the same time. And not having to compromise on either side. Sacred space. We, your guardian angels, surround you with emerald gold and rose pink light. Surrender your concerns and worries and enter this sacred space of love and healing. It's all about getting back to your source. Oh my God, I saw you have sacred knowledge, sacred space, and sacred source. It's almost this energy is almost like you're going to be in perpetual church. We, your angels, are here to remind you of your magnificence. You are literally an angel in the making, a being of eternal love and light, forever one with God, Goddess, and creation. It's almost like you're tapping into God's presence right here, right now, inside of yourself. And Leo, it's like you just care so much more about everybody else than yourself right now. And you just care so much more about healing and being and improving life, not just your life, but life in general, that ultimately your focus is so far outside of yourself that it's going to kind of surprise you when you realize that somebody's been looking at you and it's like you're making them smile and shine because they've never seen this dynamic to you before, and it's what they needed to see to fall in love with you. Creative potential. You are by nature infinitely creative. Life is a sea of creative potential just waiting to be expressed through you. You are free to express all your heart's desires through your creative process. You're just so divinely inspired now. You don't want to waste it. Miracle. Ooh, our wings of light surround you and those you love. This current situation is governed by a higher power. The forces of love are at work. All will turn out well. Let's go to tarot. I will see you guys in the extended. The link is below.